Ishuban and Gun in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about something new. Yes. First of all, let me give you a small update about our channel. Now, we have actually been in contact with YouTube, so it looks like YouTube is definitely working really hard for our old channel to get back. I hope so. I hope so. It's soon coming back. Yes, I don't know when, but yes, there is a form that needs to be filled up. We did that, so I'm hoping it's going to be very soon coming up, and I'm actually waiting for the new channel's live option to actually get activated, because when that is done, we could be live on our channel. So let's see how things will turn out. But let's see. Arsenal women have tweeted out, "Great to see you back there, Daniela Carter." Well, Daniela Carter tweeted out that my first 90 minutes in over 2 years. So first and foremost, I must give thanks. This certainly wasn't the result we envisioned, but there's no time to dwell, time to regroup. And Daniela Carter, ex-Arsenal player, playing for Reading, and thank goodness that she's well. Well, moving on, Youth Hawk. Now I got, there's a bit of update which says that as per UK government guidelines, 3rd of October is the date currently set for sports stadiums to be partially reopened. However, that's not the same. Some academy games won't be used as test events in the coming weeks. In fact, they would probably be ideal for that purpose. So let's see how things will turn out. Chris Kavanagh has been appointed as the referee for Saturday's opening Premier League game of the 2020-2021 season away to Fulham versus Arsenal. Assistant referees are Daniel Cook and Sian Massey Ellis. Fourth official is Kevin Friend. VAR is David Coote. Assistant VAR is Stephen Childs. So yep, that's that. Icelandic police have confirmed that they will look into the Mason Greenwood and Phil Foden incident at England's team hotel. My God, oh my God, this is turning out to be the worst, man. Well, moving on. 2 assists off the bench on your Barclays FAWSL debut. Yes, that is not bad for Caitlin Foord, not bad at all. So Caitlin actually did it. 2 assists on her FAWSL debut. She's been unbelievable. Well, moving on. Dani Ceballos has opened up about Arteta. He says, "We started to build a good coach or player bond and things went well for me personally. I think he's made me a much better player in the last 6 months." So let's see how things will turn out. And also, the bigger part, well, Kika Marine has tweeted out that Thomas Partey is quite complicated. The player who does not renew with Atletico Madrid does seem clear that he wants to go to Arsenal, but the club asks for 50 million euros of his clause because Simeone has him and cannot negotiate with players at all. And also, in that case, everything will depend on the sales Arsenal make. Torreira looks close to leaving, as is Socrates, and Kika Marine accepts that whole situation. But let's see. Odson Edward and Matteo Guendouzi had a great game so far for France's under-21. These two guys have been really good behemoths for their respective countries. Well, moving on. 3 positive COVID tests have come from the latest round of Premier League testing. 1,605 had been tested. Well, let's see how things will turn out, because the biggest news is that Kylian Mbappe has been tested positive for COVID-19 according to Telefoot Chain. Yes, he's been tested positive, man. I hope everything goes well, man. I think he'll be fine. Well, PSG want to cash in on Julian Draxler, who has only 1 year left on his current contract. Draxler wants to join a top-level English team with an interesting sporting project and a good financial offer. If that happens, only then and only then PSG will look to strengthen their midfield. But other than that, there's no chance. Well, moving on. Gunner star Kieran Tierney has been dropped to the bench as Scotland take on Czech Republic yesterday. Well, yes, the 23-year-old has actually played well for Arsenal since returning to fitness, but manager Steve Clarke has decided against picking the in-form ace. Well, yes, let's see. Moving on. The Premier League clubs will agree tomorrow, that is today, to allow all the top-flight games this month be shown live on TV. The U-turn by the 20 clubs and league bosses follows pressure from the government over the issue after a fan backlash prompted intervention. Under initial plan, 17 of the opening 28 games, all being played behind closed doors, were due to be screened live either by Sky Sports or BT Sport, but it looks like that would be seen in 11 games not being available to fans, including all 3 of Newcastle's opening fixtures. Now, today's hastily arranged meeting of the 20 shareholder clubs will agree to the change in policy. The 11 outstanding games are likely to be split between the league's 4 broadcasters, including BBC, which is expected to be offered the chance to screen 1 or 2 matches. Sunsport have confirmed that the Big Six, including Arsenal, were always in favour of allowing fans to watch more live games in the current circumstances, with initial opposition led by Crystal Palace and West Ham. Now, the official excerpt of Dani Ceballos gushing over the impact of Mikel Arteta. He said that, to be honest, it wasn't easy for him because he was coming into a dressing room that had already had two other coaches and where the team hadn't been able to get the results that everyone wanted. It wasn't easy for me to get into the team either because I was coming off the back of a long injury layoff. I felt like I should be playing, but I was wrong about that because I wasn't fit. The coach was really straight with me and said if I got myself fit and keep working hard, I'd have a chance of getting back into the team. I ended up performing well and repaying the faith he'd shown in me before the Newcastle game. From that moment onwards, we started to build a good coach, a player bond, and things went well for me personally. I think he's made me a much better player in the last 6 months. Well, let's talk about the bigger update from Felipe Coutinho. Yes, there's a bigger update from Barcelona coming up straight to you. So yes, IG Army, former Liverpool star Felipe Coutinho will be given a chance at Barcelona next season in a blow to Arsenal. Yes. Well, the Brazilian has been expecting to depart from Camp Nou, having spent last season on loan at Bayern Munich. The 28-year-old will now only be sold if the club receive a substantial offer for his services. Coutinho is expected to be playing in the central midfield by Ronald Koeman. And Arsenal have changed their mind on loaning out Rob Holding. Yes, the 24-year-old has appeared all set. He was actually about to leave for Newcastle on a season-long loan deal, but it looks like Arsenal want to stick with him for now. Lucas Torreira, Socrates and Emil Smith-Rowe will miss Arsenal's return to pre-season training according to certain reports. The trio are all being linked with the moves away from North London, with the latter looking at another loan stint, that is Emil Smith-Rowe. He's impressed on loan at Huddersfield last season and could be set for another stint in the Championship. Socrates is looking at a switch to Napoli as a replacement for Manchester City-bound Kalidou Koulibaly, and Torreira is attracting interest from Torino and Fiorentina. And Arsenal make declaration of intent to sign Sporting Lisbon wonderkid Nuno Mendes. Yes, but they must fend off interest from AC Milan. Mikel Arteta is ready to actually add up another left back, and it looks like Nuno Mendes is the youngster that they could go for. Well, yes, the Gunners are contemplating of a bid for the 18-year-old who impressed in his 9 appearances in the Primera Liga. But it looks like Arsenal are on the hunt for a backup for Kieran Tierney because Sead Kolasinac is set to leave the club this summer. Kolasinac is keen on a return to Germany due to private reasons, and Schalke are readying a move to resign the Bosnian international. Meanwhile, Arsenal are in pole position to sign Thomas Partey this summer. Atletico Madrid midfielder has reportedly rejected a new contract from the La Liga club, and it looks like Diego Simeone is resigned to losing the player. And let's see how things will turn out. Well, moving on, let's talk about other stuff. Arsenal's injury campaign, we're going to talk about something special about the injuries. Let's address it because Pablo Mari, well, it looks like he suffered a season-ending ankle injury last time around when he played against Manchester City for just 24 minutes. He underwent surgery on his ankle, and it turns out that a return to full training is expected to come later this month, though with an international break after the home game, and it looks like October 3 against Sheffield United we could see him return to full training and probably be ready for that game. Callum Chambers is sidelined since the home defeat to Chelsea on December 29th. Chambers will know that there is a long way back, so let's see how things will turn out for him. It's going to take time. It's going to definitely take time because Arsenal have been reluctant to put a time scale on Chambers' injury, and in an official update could only offer the nebulous news that the 25-year-old is aiming to be back in full training as soon as possible in this current calendar year. Shkodran Mustafi, the German, was enjoying something of a renaissance under Arteta, and yes, he was really crucial in the win over semi-final FA Cup victory over Manchester City, and Mustafi underwent a minor medical procedure in the immediate aftermath of the injury, which Arteta confirmed was a pull to the tendon of the bone of his hamstring. And let's see how things will turn out because Arsenal confirmed last month that it will be October before Mustafi is back in first team training. And the biggest star, Gabriel Martinelli. Let's talk about Gabriel. Losing the young Brazilian was a bigger problem because he had scored 10 goals and provided 4 assists in 26 games played for Arsenal. Well, Martinelli underwent a surgery on his knee in June and was able to travel back to Brazil with a tailored rehabilitation program. The Gunners hope that Martinelli will be able to be back in first team training before 2020 is over, but there is a possibility that he will have to wait until 2021 to make his return. Let's talk about more stuff. Well, according to Juventus news, Momblano has mentioned that I can confirm that Juventus have a special agreement with Lyon for Hossein Aouar, a loan deal for between 15 to 20 million euros and an obligation to buy for the next 30 million euros. But he says that I don't know how accurate the whole situation is, but he's adamant that there is an agreement in place for Aouar. Only time will tell, but I completely doubt that. Well, Aston Villa have lodged a second bid for Arsenal FC goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. It is understood that the offer is substantially closer to Arsenal's £20 million asking price. Now it's all a waiting game. Let's see how things will turn out. So these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day twice. So sit back, relax and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers and don't forget to subscribe. IG Army, I think so. The IG platform is definitely going to be back. So stay tuned for that as well.